Hello everyone, it's Tara. If you're a SOULTOUR member, this is your weekly member message for the week of September 2nd, 2024. If you're not a SOULTOUR member, welcome to my world, or welcome back to my world. I am in this real pivotal moment in my life and in my business, and I wanted to share, document some of it with you. As you guys know, I moved to Portugal just over a year ago, about 14 months ago. And this has been our beautiful house, me and London and Stella, little Stella who's right here. I don't know if you can see her. There she is. In the pink house on Daisy Street, in Portuguese. And I'm moving in a beautiful manifestation and creation, because at SOULTOUR we know that to create your highest good, it's not all spirit, manifest, love, and light like that. No. And it's not all strategy, hard hustle, set a plan, make the plan work the plan, all of that. It's both. It's being radically fruitful with what you create through the power of your own intentional effort. Through the power of your own intentional, inspired action. Effortless action is a thing. And it's that integrated with what I call in my own proprietary body of work, alignment-based manifestation. And so this house was a manifestation. This house was a place that it was very good for us to live here. It was very far from London's school. It's in one of the best neighborhoods in Portugal. It's very secure. The whole country is secure, but we also have it's a guard-gated community on a couple golf courses in a protected pine forest 1 kilometer from the majestic Atlantic Ocean. And where we're moving is about 30 minutes away. It's going to cut my time to school in London's school day by a lot. So we are going from being 40 minutes driving away from school to being about 15 minutes driving away from school. I've actually already done a quick tour of the blank slate house, the new house. And I'll continue to tell you why this house was, if you're in my programs, you've already heard me talk about how I manifested and created that property in ways that surprised and delighted me all along the way, because that's things that have some manifestation in it usually aren't super predictable in terms of how they come to pass. But what I wanted to do, because just for posterity for my own family, for posterity for London, for posterity for my SOULTOUR family and my audience family, I wanted to just show you around this place, the Casa Rosa, the pink house on Daisy Street, where we spent our first year in Portugal, and I give thanks for it. When I first moved to this house, some of you know I have a complex spinal medical condition. So when I first moved to this house, when I first moved to Portugal, I stopped taking the medication I was taking in the United States. I just needed to reset everything. I worked out really hard because I could, and I love that adrenalized kind of workout. And I triggered an incredible flare. I was in a flare when I came and led my last big event in the United States last year called Upgrade. I was in a flare when I got back. I was in a flare for probably 4 or 5 months. And then, and I needed to feel that it was the pain I couldn't feel for all of those years in which I was misdiagnosed, all of those years in which I was going so ham, all of those years of doing the work of healing and integrating trauma, doing the Tara-Nicholle method, the recalibration, the actualization, the alignment. It was the pain I needed to feel. And I think it was actually also part of the process of my nervous system settling and healing itself. Really this deep recalibration after generations of living in the spiritual Hunger Games of the United States of America. And I say that because I've now spotted this pattern where I've got other friends who don't even have complex medical conditions, who leave the United States, settle down, and as your heart rate slows down and your breath rate slows down and your walking pace slows down, as you start to recalibrate, as you stop having to worry about a lot of the things that you don't even know you were worrying about. I literally was walking through the forest like 6 months ago, and I was like, hasn't occurred to me that somebody could die today in months, which apparently was a thing in my thought process in the United States. I didn't even know it. So as all of that has happened, I've noticed other people also have had, just almost like a healing crisis, right? And I give thanks that not only did I let myself feel what I needed to feel, note it, name it, shift and upgrade my whole ways of being. So for me, that meant like no longer doing these hard, crazy workouts. I changed a lot of things about my diet. I stopped going so ham and started walking and Pilatesing. I started to just activate a really different way of life. And I give thanks that I had the business that I have during that time, because it allowed me, frankly, to thrive and prosper and profit and still support myself and still get a ton of help, still get all the alternative medical treatments. I've had a half-time housekeeper for this year. I've had multiple nannies. My daughter goes to an incredible international school. She also takes surf lessons, rides horses, swim lessons we have at our house. It's just we've created a very magical life here. And I give thanks that I have the business I have and that I created my business in deep congruence with what I knew of my true sacred self at the time. So I've been able to still grow a lot of things about the business and, run the business, even when I was very much in pain. However, there is a radical upgrade afoot in universal terms and in my own life and in my own business. There are a series of pivots that you're part of, which is why you're watching this right now. So I'm just wanting to share as I come kind of out of the mode, I feel like I spent the last year in the forest because I did, by design, literally in the forest on an old farm by the beach down the street from the sexy world-class city of Lisbon, Portugal, which was what I set out to do. And now I'm re-emerging in a really delicious feeling, lick the plate feeling kind of way. Okay, so I'll tell you much more about that. I'll tell you about the vision that I set years ago, the various components of the vision that downloaded into me years ago that have now become my life. I'll tell you about this new body of work that I've downloaded for you and I'm creating for you about how you can spark and receive a vision that vital that not only do you flow your life force into it, it flows life force into you. And it does the work for you of dissolving what needs dissolving, healing what needs healing, activating within you what needs activating, so that you can finally maximize your access to your mind, to all of those potentials, to your divinity, all of it. Okay, I want you to live out to the edges of your life. Now, not later, okay? And I've got a new tool for you to do that. All right, meanwhile, we're gonna take this tour of this house. So here's where we'd enter every day. Actually, I might turn the camera around. I think I'm gonna turn it, well, no, I don't know. Let's see if we can do it this way. So this is our entryway. I did ship my furniture. So I rented a house that was fully furnished. And then I also shipped a 40-foot container of my things from the United States here because I believe in living surrounded by things that I love. And I've lived like that for a really long time. So I had invested in a whole house of things that I really loved. And it had taken me decades to do that. So between the art and the pieces, the furniture pieces, I just had set myself up really well, and it didn't make sense to me to try to recreate that. So I shipped my furniture. Right now I'm living in kind of like half of my furniture, and couple rooms are filled with the landlord's furniture. At the new house, it'll be all my things, which is wonderful. And the new house is bigger than this. This house is a big house. This is 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, about 2,500 square feet, 250 square meters. The new house is 8 bedrooms, 3,500 square meter, 350 square meters, 3,500 square feet. But mostly, and it's just, we're a small family, it's me in London, but we have lots of guests, and I like to have a place for every function that we do daily. So I have my own dedicated gym, my own dedicated office. London has a playroom. It keeps the chaos kind of gone. The new house also will have full-time Mafalda. Our housekeeper will be with us full-time. And I'll help you. I thought I will actually do a little video on what my housekeeper does full-time. But I wanted to just preface with, we are literally moving in 2 days. So what we've decided to do, I've hired movers who will pack us up on this end and unpack us on that end. Mafalda is going to be the boss of them. And while we're actually moving, London and I are going to go take a little trip to Madeira Island, this volcanic island here in Portugal that we've never been to and I've wanted to. I'm curious about it. Because I downloaded this vision years ago that we would have this beautiful family townhome in the city, and we would also have a magnificent farm by the beach. And Madeira Island is a farm by the beach kind of place. And I think where we're settling in Setúbal might be our townhome spot. So these manifestations are filling in, and I am co-creating them with Source Spirit, God, and all that is, and Goddess, really rapidly right now. So I just wanted to document this. I am not cleaning this house or doing anything. I'm not moving a single item before I shoot this video. Y'all gonna get this in the move. You know, it's not chaotic because we don't do chaos here, but it is also not as meticulous as my house normally is. And that's okay. Okay, so here's our entryway. Here's our entryway. I am actually gonna turn this around so you can really see. Okay guys, so here's our entryway. This is where we put all our shoes and dog stuff in these 2 pieces of furniture. There's you probably just saw a little altar there too. Aiko and Sumiko, my pugs, who some of you guys actually remember. London is big on Dia de los Muertos, so she has had various altars to our pet setup. This is our living room. This is where I shoot a whole bunch of videos for coach certification, for Empires of the Soul, my flagship business coaching program, for Life, Self, and Money Mastery, my flagship life coaching program. As you can see, we're a little bit in boxes. So, you know, most of this, the art that's up you see that is mostly mine, and it's almost all original art. There's Kwanian over there. Hey, girl. Here's London's hilarious, like, hair mannequin, which has definitely frightened some peoples in the past who came into our home. This is my gym. It's actually the dining room, but I turned it into my gym while we were here. Complete with pop-up sauna that I use just about every single day. Complete with inversion table where I hang upside down for 15 minutes 3 times a day. And I meditate while I'm on there and do some healing work. I believe in like a very active approach to my meditations. And so I do a bunch of healing work in my body, in my children's bodies, in my mind. I work on my projects while I'm in there. There's my fancy bike I got as a beautiful custom gift from Specialized Bikes after I taught a session there. My Ergata water rower, Peloton. I shipped almost all of that stuff from the United States. Okay. Here's the kitchen. Again, there's like stuff in places, but it's all right. It's been a good kitchen. We spent more time in here than I expected we would because it's not really super well set up for gathering. My United States, my American-sized dining room table takes up a lot of the space in here, but it's been a very bright and cheery place to gather. Let's see, here's a little storage closet and our downstairs kind of, this is what in Portugal they call a social bathroom, meaning it's like the bathroom your guests use. It's not like for people who live there really. Okay, this is my office. This is a bedroom, but this is my office. As you can see, we're very close to packed up here. I'm still working today. I have a couple of modules I'm filming right now for coach certification. Up the stairs. You know, some of the things we heard were, oh my gosh, like there's no villas or standalone homes in Portugal. Clearly wrong. Also, there's no central air and heating in Portugal. We've had wonderful heat and air. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Portuguese people are human beings and they live well. If you live in a 1700s building, you will not have air and heat. That is true. And we've had some issues in this house, no lie, but this is our guest room. Where my many friends that have come from the States, we've had friends visit from Panama, from the United States, from Germany, from Italy, from Spain, since we've been here. This is Lindy's room with her Montessori house bed that we're going to turn into a mermaid experience at the new house. London loves dogs. If you ask her how many dogs she wants, she'll tell you. The answer is 168. Consistently, every single time. Okay. This is London's playroom with her amazing dollhouse. There's our Mafalda. Hello, Mafalda. Okay, and London has this wild beanbag down there that's like larger than, it's kind of like queen size bed size. This is our kind of the main bathroom upstairs. So for London, these are towel warmers. They're brilliant. This is London's bathroom, which I've always liked because it's got a good bathtub and it's also got a shower, a standalone shower. And here is my room. The outfit I'm wanting to not forget to take to Madeira. My closet, which lines this little tiny hallway, and my own personal bathroom. And I have this little cute kind of a Juliet. I think of it as like a Romeo and Juliet type little, it's not actually a balcony because you can't actually step out onto it, but it does open, which is lovely. And that's your view, is the pool and the forest behind it. Not sure if you can see it, but from here, oh yeah, you can. We also have this little casita in the back where there's a very traditional Portuguese barbecue, like churrasco. It's a little barbecue house, basically. It's a pool house and barbecue house. So there's an outdoor barbecue that's built into the house back there. All right, that is La Casa Rosa on Chodesh Megaridesh in the Herdade de Araguaira. And this is the house in which we spent our freshman year in Portugal, our freshman year in Europe, our freshman year away from the United States. And it has been a blessed year. And we ain't seen nothing like what's coming. And y'all ain't either. All right, oh, you know, I wonder if I should try to show you. We have this really nice little setup here. I have to get this in just because, well, to document two things. One is that no matter how fancy your house is in Portugal, you have drying racks outside. You may not even have a dryer. This house does not have a dryer. It's a $2 million house with no dryer. We will have a dryer in the new house, but it's been a beautiful year of realizing that your clothes last way longer if you don't dry them. And we also, you know, I was really inspired by the Scandinavian people's sort of way of being outside. And I heard this woman say with her children, she just does stuff outside, not just she goes outside to do things with them. She's like, we sit outside and read. We sit outside when we do our art. We basically sit outside when we're doing things that we can do while we're sitting outside. So I set London up this really cool arts table out here. And she actually uses it all the time. And I basically don't program it too much. I gave her like a little easel here. I give her kits like that birdhouse kit that you see there. I put canvases out here and boxes so she can make robots, which is what I think that is. And I like let it fly. And the kids gravitate to this place. All of the children who have come to this house have gravitated to this area. And we've just had some idyllic nights. I remember some nights with my friend Selena where we would just sit out here and talk, and the kids do art, and then the kids, the nanny puts the kids to bed, and we just kind of hang out and talk, and it's a beautiful life. This has been a beautiful life. All right, so, I have so much more for you. But for today, actually, what I'll do is I will have the tour. I'll put the tour of the new house up next. And then you ain't seen nothing yet. I love you. Keep your head up. Keep your heart up. Here's to a magnificent week. Here's to an incredible season of new creations and manifestations for you and for me. I love you. See you soon.